Hi, my name's Malaika. My pronouns are ze, or they, them. Today is International Non-Binary Day, and I have a confession. I don't like star signs very much. People keep ascribing meanings to them and me because of when and where I was born. And I get that enough already, because most of my initial interactions with people are in some way centered around my blackness. Where did my skin color come from? Where did I come from? I came from the belly of the ocean. I grew like coral, gnarled and strange until fronds of my soul stretched across the sea, making a home for all the creatures. I am everyone's home. I don't like star signs very much because I like to think that I am already the entire cosmos. Me, myself, and I, right here in my body, are a giant ecosystem slash solar system. That being said, I'm a Gemini, which in queer culture basically means that I am both things. I am twins, but I am also just one person. For me, this perfectly encapsulates the duplicity I feel on a daily basis. I am woman and man, and both, and neither, all in one body. So much of my life has been spent trying to kill off a part of myself so that I can be only woman. I often felt like if I could just choose which head to amputate, then I would stop being a two-headed monster. Ergo, a muscular looking child who started waxing their upper lip at 14 with an elfin face and wild hair. I thought that I would feel more whole if I could choose from the limited number of options available to me. But it turns out that I am at my best when I am being both. This idea of coexisting with myself is something I've been stewing on since I was born. I have grown up as a mixed race black person, coexisting with my family's different ethnicities and identities all inside me. I've coexisted with chronic illness and chronic disease. The sicknesses are still here, and so am I. All these things happening inside my body and my heritage that other people, white people, physically able people, don't go through. Of course, I also exist with more than one gender. Because I am not just one thing, I do not feel limited. My job is not just one thing. I am an LGBT group mental health worker, a trans group worker, a black and minority ethnic group worker, a mental health helpline worker for teenagers and adults. And that is just my job. My whole life is about so many different and wonderful things. So, of course, I myself am many different and wonderful things. I want you to know that you are limitless too. Whether limitless for you as an individual looks like you staying inside and working on self-care, or like you at a party where you are the center of attention and wearing a neon jumpsuit doing the Macarena on top of a table. Imagine being handed something every day from the day you were born and one day deciding to give it back. I know that handing your gender back takes immense strength of character. I want to celebrate that today. And if you're not feeling limitless, then that's cool. We can't all be the universe all the time. Heck, I don't even believe in star signs. I think it is important that right now, alongside acknowledging the good, we can check ourselves and acknowledge the bad. I know that life is never as binary as good and bad, but what happened to Tony McDade is bad. What happened to Nina Pop is bad. What happened to Naomi Hersey is bad. What happened is so bad that bad doesn't cover the depths of grief that the Black transgender community is feeling at these people's murders. For me, to be gender non-conforming and non-binary is to be a part of the transgender experience. These people are my siblings, and we are being killed. I want to talk about Monica Diamond, who is described as being a chosen mother to countless. A chosen mother means that she chose people and they chose her. I'm grateful for every day that my mother exists. I am lucky enough to have always had her in my life, and I chose to continue to have her in my life. I choose to. She sat with me in hospital many times as a child and adult. If I'm sad and staying at her house, I still crawl into her bed some nights. She lives 284 miles away from me, and she still calls me most days to check in and listens to my rants about what I'm going to eat for dinner and what I dreamt about that night. She hates my hair and my piercings and my tattoos. She is not perfect. She is slowly getting used to the idea of me as a non-binary lesbian. But she is my mum, and she is alive, whilst Monica Diamond and so many others are not. How dare people be murdering our Black trans siblings? How dare people mistreat, misgender, and continue to marginalize us? We should not have to justify our existence. We should not have to explain the nuances of our genders on a daily basis. We should not have to be brave or hand our assigned genders back every single day of the year because people refuse to listen to us. If someone wants to ask me what it means to be non-binary, or to be genderqueer, or to be trans, or to be chronically ill, or to be Black, or to be mixed race, or to be a lesbian, I do not have a one-word answer pre-packaged and prepared for them. There is no one word that explains an entire, multifaceted identity and experience. What I know for sure is that I want to be alive. So whilst today is a celebration of everything that comes with being non-binary, with handing our genders back to the people who tell us that we must be one thing or another, I need everyone to take responsibility. Take responsibility for ensuring that we are not forgetting our Black trans siblings, to acknowledge that anybody who is Black and non-binary right now is experiencing more oppression than their non-Black, non-binary counterparts. I need every single person watching this to donate to one of the Black trans fundraisers at the end of this video. It is no longer good enough to stand by and watch as our underfunded public health service turns the most vulnerable people away. The costs of surgery and transitioning should not be trans people's burden to bear alone. They definitely should not be Black trans people's burdens. Believe me when I say that our load in life is not lightweight. So, you've donated to the fundraisers. You might be feeling a bit smug. Now, let's assess the fact that the public health system has failed these people, that the NHS is part of a much bigger, much more problematic system. Let's look at our government, who are slowly but surely stripping away the rights of transgender people, planning to stall laws surrounding self-identification. Let's look at the history of white supremacy in the UK. Our UK taxes up until 2015 went towards paying off slave owners' families after we freed the slaves, but paid the owners for their losses. If you are starting life as a black, transgender, or non-binary person, you are starting life on the wrong foot. You will face racism, you will face transphobia, you will most likely not be able to access all of what you need to survive. So, donating to these fundraisers is the first step on an endless to-do list. We need to dismantle the system under which people are being crushed. This means we need to call on the government to defund the police, who were invented in the 18th century to punish slaves and keep them under England's oppressive rule, and who to this day are murdering black and black trans people. We need to put that money saved from police funding back into our communities so that we are better able to cater to the needs of everyone, including non-binary and transgender people, including black people. And then these fundraisers wouldn't be necessary. We need to work towards a system of community caring and personal responsibility, where homelessness and mental health aren't somebody else's problem, something which the government should be in charge of. The government has proven itself to not be capable of taking care of us. Our leadership options within our current system are all constricted around individuals and parties who are bound to upholding the same transphobic, racist structures which we wish to dismantle. This is why we must campaign for change ourselves. No more watching as elderly people die because there aren't enough ventilators. No more reading statistics of trans people's mental illness rates or of black suicide rates. No more anti-Semitism. No more terrorist propaganda around Muslim culture. No more deporting people back to countries where they will be in danger, where their lives will be in danger because of who they are or where they come from. No more racism. No more transphobia. Anyway, I'm a black, trans, non-binary, genderqueer, invisibly disabled, awesomely cool human. And I'm a Gemini. Happy International Non-Binary Day.